The second season of Street Fighter 6 has officially started. You took a look at the patch note, watched some MC Mura videos on the balance changes, and decided, well, it's time to take this for a test drive. Let's check out rank and let me try out my new buffs.
Here comes a new challenger. 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 Here comes a new challenge. Here comes a new challenge. Here comes a new Here comes a Here comes a new 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 challenge.
Seriously, Akuma's big rate is wild. It's crazy. He is the most used character when it comes to like new masters. 75% of the recent accounts that got to master are Akuma players, and he is the most represented character now in legend rank. 46, like that's 10% of people who are in legend rank are Akuma players. That is insane, especially when it's a character that can do this. MC Mura is here, I got your back, and I will let you know how you can have better chances when you're going up against the sea of Akuma players. But first we need to stop his approach. Obviously, the main tool that you are using right now, it is the Demon Flip, and Demon Flip is pretty good for him. He can cancel it into the overhead, which is Blossom Block. He can go low, which is also Blossom Block, can get a dive kick, which can be spaced to be Blossom Block, and he gets combos on hit, or he can empty cancel it. And all of the above can force your grounded anti-airs to whiff if they are spaced correctly from the Akuma player. What I like to do right now against Akuma, what have proven to be the most successful, is simply jumping and air-to-airing him. The thing about Akuma's Demon Flip is that most of his follow-ups will lose to a good air-to-air. So either neutral jump or back jump, pick your jumping attack with the most horizontal range that is decently fast, and immediately just go for it. The thing is, if you hit him out of Demon Flip, he will be in a float state, regardless of which normal you ended up using. If he go for the overhead, it got a slow enough startup that most of your fast jumping attacks will hit him out of it. If he goes for the Demon Flip dive kick, the thing is, this dive kick is just like most of the other dive kicks in Street Fighter 6. The hurt box on it is pretty bad, so it will most likely lose to a good air-to-air. If he went for the empty jump, the thing with Akuma's Demon Flip in this game is even if he goes for the empty Demon Flip, he have to travel the set distance. If he does like a heavy Demon Flip, he will travel the full distance, same for medium and lights. So a horizontal attack with good range that will meet him in the air will most definitely hit him, and he will also be in a forced knockdown state. And maybe if you get the hit just right, you might be able to even get a combo juggle on him. Akuma's second and main way really of forcing his approach on you is gonna be his Zanku, that is the air fireball. And oh boys, they are so annoying in this game. And Akuma's air fireballs in Street Fighter 6, they come in two main different varieties. The first one is long range approach. Typically they will do a far range jump into a heavy fireball or a heavy OD Zanku fireball. This could be really hard to deal with because it will cover a long distance really, and it makes it very difficult to jump and air to air him because of the angle on the fireball. But the thing is, if your character got a fast enough walk speed and you read this is still a read, you can walk under and get a punish counter on him once he's grounded. If you got an anti-fireball tool, this might be a good time to use him. And if your character got armor and he does a regular fireball, you can use your character armored attack, break through his fireball, punish him on landing, and get big damage on him. The second type is the close range air fireballs, and typically they will use the light punch versions for this one, and the entire idea here is they are mixing their approach. They are trying to make your anti-air whiff, and he will punish you with the aerial fireball, gonna be a punish counter, so he's gonna have more advantage and he get a punish combo on you. The thing with this one is this is almost like a 50-50 mix. You have to read it and delay your anti-air. If you're trying to anti-air with an uppercut, try to delay it as much as possible. If you're even using like a grounded normal anti-air, try to delay it as much because you want to hit Akuma, and if you hit him, the fireball will disappear, and even if you get a trade, you will likely be in an advantageous position, so it's not all bad. Now if you happen to hit him here, he will be in a float state and you can get combo juggles on him, but obviously this requires like a very hard read from your side. And let's say that the Akuma player wanted to participate in neutral. Still, this doesn't make the match any easier because his neutral game is top notch. Akuma probably got the best fireball game for a command character and a Shoto in Street Fighter 6. The frame data on his fireballs are very good, and if he happened to anti-air you, he got the DPs, and he got launcher anti-airs that can carry you to the corner where any further hits will cause you to explode, so it's very risky. But the same fireball rules will still apply to him as it would to anyone else. Yes, the heavy fireballs are really fast and hard to deal with, but they're not that advantageous if you block them up close, so you can challenge with your long range normal if you can. If you happen to perfect parry them, you can dash forward and get a punish on him. Obviously drive rush dash forward and get a punish on him. You can threaten the jump if you happen to perfect parry a fireball. So all the rules that you would know against other characters still apply to Akuma. Now one part of Akuma that is actually kind of difficult right now is identifying when he's going for the teleport, because just by instinct what Street Fighter 6 have taught us, we try to parry when we see someone approaching. But this is a command grab and this is a bait and everyone falls for that. But I think with enough practice you will be able to reliably hit him out of the teleport. It is telegraphed and slow enough, I think. And one thing you need to know is when you happen to hit him, it will be a counter hit, so make sure that your counter hit combos are ready. And even without his fireballs, Akuma's neutral options are still tremendous. He got his standing heavy kick, which is used so much right now to be honest, but this move is very rewarding. It's high risk, high reward. If he happens to land it, he will combo into mad damage and corner carry with it, and even if it get blocked and you happen to block or even parry like both of the hits, he's still +3 and in your face and in throw range, so he can throw you after. But obviously, as you probably know, this move, if you happen to just throw block it, the second move, the second hit can be ducked and then you can get a punish on him. It will be a punish counter, so make sure that your combos are ready. Another thing that you need to know when you're fighting Akuma is that this character got two mediums that he can use and then drive rush cancel into jab to set up plus frames or set up mix-ups. They are his crouching medium kick and his crouching medium punch, so try to mash your reversal in there. If he doesn't go for the jab, you get a punish. If he does, it's a block string anyway, and you can try throwing out a drive reversal every now and then if you're expecting that the drive rush cancel is coming. Another thing you need to know when you're defending against Akuma is how to deal with his new special Adamant Flame, because it's actually more punishable than you would think. Obviously it got multiple versions, light, medium, heavy. The light one is the quickest one. Typically they will use it from a light block string. They say hooyah! This one, well, it's the fastest and it is -8 on block, so if you happen to block it, make sure that you are punishing accordingly. And then obviously we gotta talk about the medium version, and the medium version, he said Hoop, it's slightly faster. It kind of reminds me of the Who, you know, the Lord's line from Tekken when he's entering into stance and out of stance and all of that. They love to use this out of his crouching medium kick and punch because it can be really easy to use as a buffer, especially when they got level 3 super. This is pretty easy confirm. So this one is -4. If you happen to block it, make sure that your jab punish is ready. Obviously the spacing can be tricky, but typically even from tip, crouching medium or medium kick range, you will still be able to get a punish. A lot of Akuma players as well love to be lazy and not hit confirm his standing heavy punch and just go and abuse heavy punch into heavy Adamant Flame. If they do that a lot, you can actually drive impact there. Be careful, this only works if he doesn't have level 3 super, but if he doesn't, you can actually drive impact there and get a big punish on him. What's left is gonna be mostly some tips on how you can deal with him once he got you on knockdown, because Akuma's knockdown Oki is actually kinda tremendous as well. If you ever get hit by a medium kick Tatsu in a combo, especially grounded, I highly recommend that you back rise, because if you quick rise, he can do a jumping cross up and this is a safe jump even if you try to TP, or he can go for the regular dive kick, which he's getting combos and plus frames either way, so that can be hard to deal with. If he ever ends a combo on a light kick Tatsu and went for a demon flip, well, this pretty much is a vortex, right? Because he can go overhead, he can go into the dive kick, and these options are tricky because it's gonna give him plus frames. You can, if your character got an invincible uppercut, you can uppercut them, but obviously you have to be careful because he can just do the empty demon, which will leave him at a plus frame advantage anyways, so he can go for a meet you or block your DP and hit you. And obviously there is the slide option, which is very powerful. All in all, Akuma is a very good character. Like, everything I'm telling you here is pretty much like stuff that is hard to counter. This character is very good, his tools are very powerful. The thing is, he does have low HP, so matches against him are very volatile either way, because if you happen to get the read on him, you can do big damage, but also his damage output is very high, so he can exploit that and just melt you as easily as you can melt him. So he's a very volatile character and very good. I do think he will very likely be amongst like the top 5 or the very highest tier. I hope that this video was able to give you some ideas on how you can perform against Akuma. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like or a comment, helps the channel so much. We'll be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.